Hey guys, today we're going to talk about sizing and how you can get the best fit using our size chart. Down below, I have linked the size chart that is standard for Madswick patterns. The only exception is the Jordan overalls and the Rada blouse and Rada dress. The Rada blouse and Rada dress only go from size 1 to size 13. And then the Jordan overalls, because it was originally created for Taco magazine, the size range is just slightly switched. So just make sure you're checking your actual measurements on those ones. If you ever fall outside of our size range, if you're smaller or larger than a size 1 or a size 15, please send me an email at hello@madswick.com. I am happy to work with you and make sure that we can get you this pattern in your size. So I'm going to teach you how to use the size chart in this video, and I'm also going to teach you how to properly measure yourself. One of the most important things to do when you measure yourself is to make sure you are wearing form-fitting clothing or just your underwear. Anything that you would be wearing under your garments. You can see right now that I am wearing an oversized blouse. It's going to be incredibly different if I measure myself over this blouse than if I did just in my bra and undies. For this video, I will not flash you in my bra and undies, but I will put on some form-fitting clothing for you to see the difference, and so that you can see where you need to properly measure your bust, your high bust, your waist, and your hip. Those are the key indicating measurements that I use for my size chart. And depending on which pattern you choose, you will need to make sure you know that measurement currently so that you get the best fit possible. All right, let's get started. Okay, here is our standard size chart. So as you can see on this chart, I have the A, B, C, D, and E measurement. That is comparable to our extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, but I like the A, B, C, D, E. And then in that size A, you can see that we've got 1, 2, and 3. So if your size is 1, 2, 3, you're also in size A. It depends on the pattern which one I have used. The Madeline tee, the Madeline sweatshirt, and the Zamora skirt are all in this A, B, C, D, E size range, as they have a lot of ease, they're elastic, or are in knit fabric. And so they are in that size range. Whereas our other patterns are in this size range, right? I've got it in inches and in centimeters. There's a very small chance that you will fit perfectly within my size range. I have a 41-inch hip generally and a 41-inch waist. And then my bust fluctuates. Currently I'm at a 36-inch bust, but I am sometimes all the way down at a 32-inch bust, even with my hipping right here. So you can see that I am in a lot of different size ranges. And so each pattern will specifically tell you how to pick the pattern based on what size. So for example, when you are going to do the Jordan overalls, so when I'm picking the Jordan overalls, I go based off of my hip measurement. It has an elasticated waist, and so you are able to adjust your waist measurement by adjusting the length of the elastic. When I am picking the Rada blouse, I go off of my bust or my high bust measurement. Whichever one is bigger is the one you're going to go off of. Or same thing for the Madeline tee or the Madeline sweatshirt. It is based off of your bust or high bust measurement. I go with bust originally, but then if your high bust is larger, like for some people, they're going to have a 36-inch or high bust, then you're going to go with that. So you can see that these are all different measurements. And of course, you can do all of this in centimeters. I'm here in the US, so I frequently go off of inches. Now I'm going to show you right here. This is the size guide for the Madeline shorts. And the Madeline shorts so we have our original sizing. It's the exact same as this. And then we also have the final garment measurements. Now in these final garment measurements, it shows you how big the garment actually is. So for example, if I make a size 4 in the Madeline shorts, which is what the size I wear, okay, I have right here, this is the size I make, then it's showing me that the hip measurement is going to be, for example, right here, 40 inches and 53 inches. You can see there's 13 inches of ease in this pattern. So it means that the pants are actually going to be 13 inches different, or you can see that they will be 33 centimeters bigger than your actual hip size. Okay, I've got my handy dandy tape measure here. Mine's in inches and in centimeters. Word of caution, these tape measures and most tape measures, they do stretch out over time. So it's important that every couple of years or even maybe more often you are buying a new one, or you need to look for ones specifically that do not stretch out. But this material that they make it out of, I don't know why they pick it, but it stretches out. So just keep that in mind, okay? So I'm in my tight clothing, okay? And we're gonna start out with high bust. So high bust is this part like under your armpits up here, okay? So you're gonna wrap it around in the back, okay? So you've got like my shoulders, okay, going up here. This is my high bust. Now, I take a deep breath and kind of relax, okay? I wanna make sure that I'm not just like pulling too tight. So right here, this says mine is about 35 and a half, okay? Making sure I still kind of wiggle a little bit. Then I'm gonna move it down to my full bust, which is right here. I'm gonna kind of find, you know, that it's straight across in the back, okay? So it's kind of flat. Right now mine says it is 35, okay? Put my arms down. Nothing really changed, 35, okay? Now, if you are anything like me, or if you are a nursing mom, this is just kind of on my brain, your bust will probably fluctuate. So just keep that in mind. Some people have a higher high bust than bust. You just need to be aware of what yours is. I usually go off my high bust measurement. So now we're gonna measure your waist. Now, an easiest way that you can measure your waist is you can kind of put your hands onto your side and kind of go side to side. And wherever your hands kind of go in when you're going side to side, that's your waist. Now you're going to want to see, you can kind of do that with a tape measure. So you kind of go side to side, and then the smallest part is your waist. So today mine is at 31, which is pretty average for me, okay? And that's where you get your waist measurement. And then we're gonna do hip. Now with hip, you wanna get your fullest hip measurement. So you want to make sure that this is straight across on all of these. You don't want anything to be like curved like that. That's bad. We want it to be straight across. Now I'm going to have to scooch in so I can actually see if I'm getting the full. So in the back, that looks like that's the furthest place out. Let's see on my hips. Got my legs. Okay. I want to make sure I'm actually getting the biggest part of my bum and my hips. Make sure that it's straight. Best I can. Okay, and then today mine is at 39. Okay, so you want to get that fullest part right there because that's what the pattern's measuring you for. So anyway, I hope that that really helps so that you can measure your own self. You could do the same thing for bicep. If you were doing bicep, you know, you're going to get the fullest part. You always want to measure the biggest part of your body when you're getting a measurement so that you make sure that you are accommodating for that. Okay, so all right, go get a tape measure and see what size you are.